Afternoon. The sun sets over the dense Amazon rainforest.
Miguel and Joao set up camp after a long day of work, extracting latex from rubber trees. Joao talks about the stories he heard from the elders about the Mapinguari, while Miguel laughs and dismisses the legends.
These are just tales to scare the newcomers, Miguel says, lighting the fire. The tension between the two is palpable.
Joao insists that it is dangerous to ignore the forest and its mysteries.
A long, eerie scream echoes from the forest. They exchange glances, but Miguel tries to stay calm. Probably a wild animal, he says.
During the night, the silence of the forest is interrupted by strange noises, like heavy footsteps and deep breaths.
Joao, restless, wakes up and watches shadows moving among the trees. The shadows seem larger and more distant than any animal they know.
The campfire nearly goes out.
Joao tries to wake Miguel, but he ignores him, saying he is imagining things.
A heavy rain begins to fall, soaking the camp and creating an oppressive atmosphere.
The next morning.
Despite the discomfort of the previous night, the two head into the heart of the forest, searching for denser rubber trees. Upon reaching an isolated area, they find a massive tree, with deep claw marks, as if a huge animal had ripped the trunk.
Joao hesitates, saying that this could be a warning. Impatient, Miguel starts extracting latex from the tree, scoffing at Joao's fears.
The air around them seems to change, becoming dense and heavy. Sounds of breaking branches and the strong smell of rotting flesh fill the environment.
Something is watching them.
As they work, they begin to feel they are being followed. With every step, the sound of something much larger and heavier accompanies them. Suspense grows when they see gigantic, deep footprints, with toes pointing backward. Suddenly, a terrifying roar reverberates through the forest.
Miguel, for the first time, shows fear and urges Joao to leave immediately. Shadows of a gigantic, hairy creature lurk among the trees.
Miguel and Joao start to run desperately through the forest, but it seems they are going in circles. The rain returns, making the ground slippery and increasing the difficulty of escape. Joao stumbles and falls into a hunter's trap, getting stuck.
Miguel tries to help him, but the sound of the creature's footsteps intensifies.
The Mapinguari appears, revealing itself completely, a being with thick skin, one eye in the middle of its forehead, and a grotesque mouth in its stomach, emitting a deafening scream.
In despair, Miguel leaves Joao behind and runs. Joao, trapped and vulnerable, faces the Mapinguari.
He tries to free himself, but it is useless. The monster approaches slowly, as if savoring the fear of its prey. In a final effort, Joao prays, asking for forgiveness from the forest, as the Mapinguari devours him, leaving only silence and the sound of rain. Miguel hears Joao's screams in the distance but keeps running, now aware that he is alone in the vastness of the forest.
Days later.
Miguel is exhausted, lost, aimless. He tries to find his way back but realizes he is being hunted. The forest is darker, the sounds of animals have disappeared, leaving only the sound of his own footsteps. The Mapinguari, tireless, continues to follow him. In a clearing, Miguel falls to his knees, knowing there is no escape.
The expression on Miguel's face accepts his fate as the Mapinguari finally appears behind him.
The screen darkens with Miguel's last screams echoing through the forest. The forest returns to its silent and mysterious state.